Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Welcome back to America. I'm sure that the 2 weeks hiatus vacation that we had, everyone survived.
You were allowed to have 2 weeks off. That's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Well, it's part of being a dictator. See, now you live in a monarchy, so you know what that's about, kind of. It's just said, hey, I'm taking vacation, and so I did. And so we had 2 weeks. I got some things done around the house, got one closet emptied out of all the Christmas stuff. My wife made the comment, I can't believe we had so much stuff in there.
And did you sell the truck?
Yes, sold the pickup. The fishing holes are going to be surprised to see it back in action. It's a young man. He's just over 16 years old. His dad bought it for him because he's been working his, I won't say the word dad said, he's been working his tail off to make the money to buy a truck. And so he did.
It's good.
And so rather than linger on looking at the, oh, ouch, just a second. That hurts. Yeah, I had a little bit of an industrial accident. Every Halloween I have an accident with, I was putting the sheetrock in the ceiling and the screw bounced out, went right in my head. But it's Halloween, so, you know, when in Rome.
Yeah.
So let's look at the show notes for today. Now, normally on Happy Monday, we talk about refreshing the routine. And in some ways, we are going to refresh the routine. Because now I've already asked Fraser this. Now, Calvin, if one of your clients says, who tests my e-commerce cybersecurity for my website? Would you know who?
Probably not, actually.
Right. And in most cases, everyone that's got a retail site online, on the average, retail sites exhibit 13 serious security vulnerabilities that are either classed as critical or high risk. And this is according to an article that came out from the Open Web Application Security Project. Now, what the Open Web Application Security Project is about, or OWASP as it's called for short, you can see here in this look at the Wikipedia about them. It's a free and open source security community. All of the downloads available in here are free. And here's the good part. Anyone can join. You can become a part of this community. If your hat that you wear is a responsibility for online security and having this as part of your resume that you're involved in this, then kudos to you. Good idea. There's a lot of resources in here. You can see on the side here, there's all kinds of things in here. And if we look at downloads, it comes up with a lot. You can see the number of articles they've got available and so forth. So
don't forget you aren't screen sharing, so people can't see this.
I'm not screen sharing?
Nope, you haven't put us back on, so you have to actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the company that likes to clean,
No.
that guy down there. Now you can see this one, right? Yeah. When Fraser comes in, he says, oh, you have to turn on screen sharing so I can get in.
Well, that's not my fault.
I forgot to turn it back on. Sorry about that.
You're too busy talking about trucks.
Thanks for that. Let me share the screen.
I know. People are not going to, your audience need to see your product. Come on.
That's what we're going to do. Okay, now I'm back to screen sharing.
That's
right?
Live. This is just live, so that proves it, doesn't it?
I know it proves this is live and it's gold, and well, he has been on vacation, so he's obviously he's got to get things a bit rusty. Yeah, right. Carry on. So where were you? Downloads.
I was talking about who tests your cybersecurity.
Yes.
And speaking of Rust, how come my co-host didn't interrupt me and say you're not screen sharing? Anyway.
Exactly. I need to
that's the link. The links are all in the show notes, and you can always get those at the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com.
Yes.
Again, I'll say it. And you'll see that in the screen. But if you're not on the screen, you're just on audio. I'll say it slow. The GuyRCookReport.podbean.com.
What was that? The GuyRCookReport.podbean.com. podbean.com. Yes.
Now, there's
Well,
a chapter and verse on what really started this whole thing going. The Computer Weekly had a good blog post, and that was redone, kind of curated, if you will. The retail websites riddled with security holes, researchers warn. And this came out just the other day, October 27th, and today's the 31st, so it's fresh meat. Have a look at this, and then consult those URLs that they reference there. And if you're not remembering what I said, the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com links to my show notes, which will look like this. And there's all those links. Everything that's orange on that page, kind of fitting, black and orange and Halloween and all that. Anyway, the links are all right there. And speaking of the links right there, there's one last one here. This is White Hat Security. And if you need to hire someone for doing a security audit, you may consider these guys. I'm sort of like the Open Web Application Security Project. I don't endorse anybody as saying, oh, this is the best one. So when it comes to making a choice for your security audits, you're on your own devices, because I'm not going to say, oh, this is who you need to have. Okay. So again, let's reference the links in the show notes, and we're going to get right down here to the real cool one, which is the company that likes to clean Edinburgh dusters. Now, when he's not busy telling me to screen share, he does a great job cleaning over there in Edinburgh, Scotland. So if you're on that side of the ocean and you need cleaning done, who are you going to call? Well, there's the link right there. Give them a ring.
Ghostbusters. No, sorry, the company Edinburgh Dusters.
Right. Edinburgh Dusters is the company that likes to clean, and they've done it right so many times. If you go on to, where's that site that has all your testimonials? Gumtree. Look at the links on Gumtree. There's a lot of people that like his work in it, and the reason is he does it right the first time. Thanks to Eileen Smith from blogtips.com. She told us about Screencast-O-Matic, which is what makes this recording happen. And speaking of the recordings, we're going to move to a model that will take our video presentation off of YouTube, but we're just going to provide the audio. I think providing the audio on the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com for people that are driving to work listening to it, for listening to it on your phone, that's going to be good enough. And this video is just too much extra work.
So, Kelvin, where can we find the GuyRCook Report? Tell us the web address. He's not blank.
.com.
Say that again for our listeners.
GuyRCookReport.podbean.com.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's for the sake of the people that are British accent people. So then you'll know what I was saying really was the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com, but that's with a British accent. So now you've got it, right?
There we go.
And speaking of Calvin, and looking at the show notes, you see this group right here, Friends Just Chatting. He started that up way back when You Know What was running, when Blab was running. And now they have a Facebook group. So if you go there to the Facebook group, you get a number of links out of that. And there's a link for it right there in the show notes. Yeah. No extra charge. And so let's stop sharing. And if we've stopped sharing, we should see our smiling faces. And thanks everyone for joining today. Check out our feed and all the links in the show notes that talk about all the other places that you can get a copy of the show, and you can subscribe and so forth, and fill out the GuyRCook Report evaluation question. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and there's a newsletter sign-up form now in the show notes. I think I can say now, did I forget anything?
Wish everybody happy Halloween. That's all you know.
Exactly. Is that Halloween's today? Oh, yeah. Well, that makes this rational then.
All right.
Be careful with your power tools. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you're not, stuff happens.
It's a privilege of having two co-hosts on your first day back after vacation.
That's right. That's right. Wow. And thanks again for the nudge on the screen sharing. Old habits die hard, and they're even harder to restart. So,
You
on that
expect
note,
payment and jelly tots.
I will say those 3 magic words. Keep your face straight. It's a wrap.